Phillips, along with the coach Rich Walensky and coach Youngstown Rayen and Steubenville Big Red. And a new scoreboard here at Harding Stadium. And the field is painted. It's a beautiful night. Let's kick off the season. Not even September, but we're ready to go.
That's right, and one of the few games being played in the state of Ohio on Thursday night, and maybe the first game to kick off in the state of Ohio tonight. This game between Steubenville Big Red and Youngstown Rayen, and we're ready to go. Big Red kicking off, and Youngstown Rayen will be moving from left to right.
Provenzano doing the kicking, onside kick, and it's recovered by Rayen, so the Tigers will get great field position at the 49-yard line. So Youngstown Rayen not caught off guard, Coach, on the onside kick on the first play of the game.
I'll tell you, very interesting. Big Red starting off trying to catch Youngstown Rayen asleep a little bit, but Youngstown Rayen recovering the ball at about the 49-yard line. Great field position.
Backs and receivers for Youngstown Rayen: Vaughn, Hewlett, Abrams, Freeman, Cross, and Randall. Your backs and receivers. Offensive line: Brooks, Chisholm, Love, Rogers, and McKelly. First and 10 for the Tigers at their own 48 officially. Ball dropped on first down, picked up by Vaughn, the quarterback. He's straight ahead for good yardage. Deshaun Vaughn close to first down yardage on first down. Fifth and Chamberlain, Edwards, Zapolnik up front. Now this is a unit that's going to rotate a lot of players, so you're going to see a bunch of guys out there tonight. Constantini, Moore, Johnson, your linebackers for Big Red. Smith, West, Jeter, and Vag, your defensive backfield. And as I said, head coach Reno Suckar said early in the season, a warm day, he's going to rotate a lot of players, try and keep as many fresh bodies out there as he can.
And he always does try to play as many people as he possibly can, especially early in the season, to give him some experience. Great hit that time by number 52 for Steubenville Big Red. It's Ryan Constantini trying to run a little blast play off the right side. Constantini steps right up into the hole, makes a big hit for no gain, going to bring up third and about 2. We're going to get a look at it here, Bill. You can see good job here, good kickout block, but nobody on Constantini steps right up in there and does a great job of holding that running back to a very, very short gain or possibly no gain. Ryan's got to come out of the game for a while. It looks like he's got an equipment problem, so
like
he'll be on the sideline for a while.
Mask.
Yeah, he's bleeding on the elbow a little bit, and rules state that if you're bleeding, you have to come out of the game. Bloodborne pathogens is always a problem and a concern. It's going to bring up third and about 2.
Quick pitch in the backfield. That goes to Freeman. He's going to be close to first down, but I think he's short. It's going to bring up fourth and short for the Tigers, and a big decision for the Tiger coaching staff here.
Right on the very first series. That's right, Bill. As a matter of fact, they may have lost a little bit on that, trying to run the power sweep to the left side. And good pursuit by that Big Red defense, was able to get over there, forcing back to the inside, and good inside-out pursuit by those linebackers from Big Red holds them to a loss. So it's going to bring up fourth and about 2.5, and it's going to put Youngstown Rayen in a punting situation.
Deshaun Vaughn, the quarterback, also the punter, back deep. It is Carlton West and Derek Jeter. Sidewinding kick. Jeter's going to let it bounce at about the 15-yard line. Will roll inside the 10 at the 9-yard line, and Big Red will take over first and 10 from their own 9-yard line.
Nice punt that time by number 4, Jason Hewlett, their tailback, left-footed punter. Got good height on the ball and was able to get it to drop down inside the 10.
Ryan Lucas making his first start as Big Red quarterback. Johnson, Smith, Fifth and Jeter, and Phipps, your backs and receivers. And as I said, you'll see a lot of players rotating in and out. Edwards, Constantini, Smith, Zapolnik, and Angelica up front doing the blocking. And Lucas on first down, handoff, and in the backfield, a lot of Youngstown Rayen Tigers on the carry. Anthony Smith, number 12 for Big Red. He is stopped for a loss of about a yard. Let's take a look at the Tiger defense. McKelly, Weaver, Freeman, and Love, your defensive line. Linebackers, Abrams, Hewlett, and Jones. Defensive backfield, Turner, Jordan, Dukes, and Figueroa. Your defensive backfield for the Tigers.
Great size inside for Youngstown Rayen. Got 2 big defensive tackles lined inside in that 4-3 defense.
Jeter and Phipps split to the near side, and Lucas looking long down the sideline for Jeter. Overthrows at the 45, incomplete, and it'll bring up third down.
Steubenville had a twin set out here to the left that time, and Lucas rolled a little bit into those twins, trying to go deep. The inside receiver the inside receiver was running a curl pattern. That was number 7, Stephen Phipps, and was open, but Lucas wanted to go deep, and that's really not a bad throw, because it lets those defensive backs from Rayen know that I've got an arm, I can throw deep if I want to, so don't play us too tight.
And it gets the kinks out. That first
that's
game
right.
gets him a little looser.
It's going to bring up a 3rd and long situation for Steubenville Big Red, 3rd and about 11, and see if they go up top. They're in a single back offense right now.
Smith, your lone back. Lucas to pass again, outside for Vag, overthrows and out of bounds. So it'll bring up 3rd down and long for Big Red, and they'll be forced to punt on 4th and about 12.
Well, we see the Big Reds not shy or afraid to throw the ball. Bill, they put it up on 2 out of their first 3 offensive plays. Here's the look right here, and Ryan Lucas here, you can see the arm that he has. A very, very good shortstop for Steubenville High School baseball team and the Legion team, but incomplete.
Wobbly kick comes down at the 39-yard line and stopped immediately. The Big Red special teams doing a good job on coverage. We're going to take a timeout. We'll come back with the Tigers in control of the football. 0-0 at Harding Stadium. 0-0. Tigers' second opportunity with the football. Handoff Hewlett straight ahead. Constantini in on the tackle. He's across the 35-yard line. It'll be spotted just inside the 35. 2nd down and about 6, Coach.
Big Red showing a little 4-3 defense. This time, normally we see them in a 4-4 where they have 2 inside linebackers, but what they've shown so far has been a 3 linebacker set. They're playing a 2-deep defense, and Rayen, of course, trying to spread that Big Red defense out a little bit, running 2 wide receivers, split into the left and a flanker to the right.
Down the line option, and Vaughn is going to keep. He's into the Big Red secondary. Vag comes up and makes a stop. 1st down inside the 25. Spotted at the 23-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Tigers, and a nice read by Vaughn.
Yeah, Deshaun Vaughn, he's a senior, 5'9", 179-pound quarterback for Youngstown Rayen. Did a nice job. Little belly fake to the fullback, came down the line, saw a crack, stepped up inside, and gained some real positive yardage. Here it is right here. Got a nice turnout block, nice turn-in block, and a nice block by the fullback on Constantini. That's the block that really opened him up to gain that extra yardage.
John Randall split to the near side. Squire cross to the far side for the Tigers. Vaughn straight ahead, breaks the tackle, and spins down to about the 18-yard line.
Good, strong inside running by the quarterback that time, Bill. He was able to find a crack up in there, made contact, kept his feet moving, and was able to get some real positive yardage on 1st down, picked up about 5, so it's going to bring up 2nd and 5 on about, 17, 18-yard line.
Michael Anderson checks in with the play for the Tigers. He'll split to the near side. Squire cross to the far side in more of a wing position on 2nd down and 5 for the Tigers. And around to Squire cross.
There's the flag coming in from the side. Let's see if we're going to have a hold or a clip on Youngstown Rayen. Holding against Rayen. It'll be a 10-yard penalty from the spot, and we'll see if we can find it. It happened out here on the perimeter. Guard is pulling. There's a reverse, and got Big Red fooled a little bit trying to get to the outside, and well, we really can't see where it came, but number 5 comes up there for Big Red, makes a good play. That's Carlton West, and was able to make a tackle to keep them out of the end zone, but all for naught because they're going to be penalized 10 yards. Bring it back. It's going to be 2nd down and about 12.
A lot going on here tonight, Coach, at Harding Stadium with a new scoreboard. How much of a distraction is that for the Big Red players, or are the coaches able to keep them away from that distraction?
Well, I think you get caught up into it a little bit. You can't ignore it completely. I think it affects them some, but the Big Red coaching staff is very experienced, and I'm sure that they have their kids ready to play tonight, and try to keep them away from all of this hype as much as possible.
Rayen looking to throw, man open across the middle behind the intended receiver, incomplete. Good pressure from Fithen, and also getting some good pressures of Polnick for Big Red, and it goes incomplete, brings up 3rd and about 11.
The Squires crossed the split end over there, number 88, trying to run a little slant pattern inside, but pretty good coverage, and the quarterback has to wait until he gets open, and By the time he waits, Big Red was putting some pressure on him, and he threw behind the receiver slightly. Incomplete. Going to bring up 3rd and about 11. And Rayen is down here in 4-down territory, Bill, and I'm sure that they'll go for it on 4th down, if they don't make the 1st down here on 3rd.
Michael Anderson checks in. He'll split to the far side along with Cross in the backfield. Abrams and Hewitt, number 4 and number 7. Play action, hits Randall across the middle. Check that, Michael Anderson, number 80, down to about the 10-yard line, and he will have the 1st down for Youngstown Rayen. 1st and 10 from about the 11-yard line.
As far as Cross, they ran the same pattern, Bill, only this time instead of running it, number 80, instead of running it from a flanker and tight end situation, they ran it from a twins where they could get that inside receiver out into the flat a little better and clear that wide receiver underneath that. And he hit him right between the defenders. You know, a good pass here by the Rayen quarterback, hits him right there between the 8 and the 0. And Rayen is able to convert on 3rd down. 1st down and 10 on about the 11.
Vaughn, handoff inside. That is Hewitt. Hewlett, the ball carrier, just inside the 10-yard line. Gain of about 1.5 yards, 2 yards. So we'll bring up 2nd down and about 8, Coach.
Jason Hewitt has nice size. They have him listed at 5'8", 173, but I tell you, he looks a lot bigger than that to me. And you know, number 7, their tailback, Matt Abrams, they have a 5'9", 180, and he looks smaller than that to me. So you know, it's really hard to say from here, but you know, that inside running game is very, very difficult to run against this Big Red defense. So we'll see if they try to attack from the tackles to the outside.
Vaughn on the keeper, comes down the line, takes a shot as Constantini comes down the line and just drills him, Coach. Nice tackle by the linebacker.
I tell you, good job that time by number 52 for Big Red. That's Constantini, the inside linebacker. Ryan Constantini comes off of, behind those big defensive linemen, slides right down the line and is able to get to number 11 for Youngstown Rayen. That's Deshaun Vaughn. Watch him right here. You'll be able to see him from the inside. There he comes right here, and bang, a good tackle, head across the body, driving his legs, takes the quarterback down. Nice play, Ryan Constantini. Way to go.
3rd and 7.
Well, look at number 76. You talk about a big kid. 6'2", 320.
Power I formation. Vaughn down the line, just gets the pitch off, but Big Red there and swarming all over the ball carrier. Derek Jeter along with Phipps. And a group of Big Red tacklers, a loss on the play for the Tigers, and that hurts as it brings up 4th and long now. They can still pick up the 1st down, but now they're back in 4th and 9 territory.
I tell you, that play was doomed from the beginning. It didn't look very good when it got started. Number 55, you'll see here, Jamie Komenich is going to make a lot of penetration, force the pitch. There's the pitch, and now good penetration by number 5. That's Carlton West, the defensive back. Then everybody comes up. So they had all of the options covered, the quarterback and also the pitch man. So it's a good defensive play by the Big Red defensive unit.
Coach, you mentioned number 78 for the Tigers of Youngstown Rayen. John Rogers, 6'2", 320 pounds, and he is one of the top-rated offensive linemen in the state of Ohio, currently ranked 4th in the state as he gets ready to head to school. We have Toronto and Wellsville. They are playing tonight up in Wellsville. There's a look at the Big Red cheerleaders, and there is Toronto-Wellsville, 11:30 Saturday night. So a full weekend of high school football for you right here on WTOV9. Big Red cheerleaders helped out tonight at the Kroger City Center, a tailgate party, as they were leading the group of Big Red fans in cheers down at the Kroger City Center as we get ready for a field goal attempt from Youngstown Rayen. And trying the field goal, the quarterback, Deshaun Vaughn. Left footer kick is up, and it is good. Just inside the upright.
Like he punted that through. It looked like it spiraled through the uprights instead of end over end, but he nailed it in between the uprights, so it's a 3-0 lead for Youngstown Rayen.
Deshaun Vaughn does it all so far for Youngstown Rayen as he puts the first 3 points on the board. We take another look at it, Coach, and just inside the upright.
Here it is right here, and you can see that it's just inside the right upright, but it had the distance, it had the height, and it was good.
We're going to take a timeout. Big Red down 3-0 in the opener. We're back with more right after this. And, Coach, almost a win for Big Red there as Rayen really had a chance to put a touchdown on the board.
That's right. They had 1st and 10 from about the 12, and they had to kick a field goal. So that is a win for the Big Red defense.
Ball taken and covered by Big Red and down at the 23-yard line on the return. Number 28, I believe that is Joe Moore for Big Red. Joe Young for Big Red.
Field the ball and down it right there. Make sure he didn't make a mistake. Big Red got to get their running game going.
Jeter and Phipps split the far side and near side. Anthony Smith straight ahead for about 1.5 yards. Big Red came out first possession, Coach, throwing the football. Looks like they're going to try to establish the run now.
Oh, yeah, that's Steubenville's bread and butter is the running game, and you know, they've got to get that going. They have a new set of backs in there now. Anthony Smith at the fullback position, and I'm not sure who's at the tailback position. Number 5, that's Carlton West. So they have a new set of running backs in there. They've offset the fullback now almost as a wing there.
Handoff to West, tries to bounce it to the outside. Nice play by the Tigers to string it out down the line on the tackle. Number 64, Joe Love.
Nice play by Joe. Yes, he did a good job. He played off the block and was able to get to the ball carrier right here. Here it is right here. They're trying to seal everybody inside, come away from the strength of the formation, and right there Joe does a good job, makes a good hard tackle for no gain. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 8 for Big Red, and you know, look for them to maybe go up top.
Jeter and Phipps to the far side, Vag to the near side. Smith, your lone back in the backfield. Lucas rolls to the far side. Looks downfield, has Phipps, juggles. Did he hold on to it? They will give him the catch, but he's going to be short of the yardage he needed for the first down by about 1 yard. And that'll bring up 4th and about 1 for Big Red.
Okay, let's take a look. He's bobbling the ball, and we don't see him here. A little semi-roll here by Lucas to get away from that rush, give him a lot of vision. Ball is delivered well. There you can see him juggling. Good concentration. He holds on to it as he's being tackled, and there the ball pops out. Big Red's going to go for it, 4th and 1.
Big decision here. Big Red jumps offside. Robert Fithen, number 42, he can't believe it, and that's going to force Big Red to send the punt team on, and they will have to kick the football away.
Early game mistakes, just a little too anxious. Number 42, the tight end, Robert Fithen, 6 foot, 190-pound senior, just a little before the snap, and you know, coach is going to tell me that's okay. You know, we'll get it the next time. You know, don't worry about it. Concentration. Got to concentrate on that snap count.
Kick away from Big Red. Good strong kick out across the 40-yard line of Rayen. They set up the return and nothing doing. Good open field tackle by Big Red, and the ball will be spotted down at the 46-yard line. On the return is Hewlett, Jason Hewlett, number 4.
And on the tackle is number 34, John Healy, 6'2", 175-pound receiver. Good job. He stayed in his lane, forced the runner back to the inside. And when he did, he was there to make the hit.
2:28 to go. First quarter play, 3-0. Rayen on top of Big Red. WTOV9 high school football game of the week. Want to remind everybody, Sports Friday tomorrow night, Coach. Believe it or not, first one of the year. And it's nice to have football season here. It's nice getting out and doing the previews.
Sure
People
is.
get excited.
Yeah.
The season's right around the corner, but it's nice to finally have it kicked off. Handoff, little counter play, and nothing doing there on the carry. It's number 7 for Matt Abrams for Youngstown Rayen.
And Jamie Kamenich, defensive end, was there to make the hit. That time Big Red was in a straight 4-4 defense. Weren't trying to reduce their linebackers in there. They stayed in a straight 4-4, and was there to meet the counter coming back away from the tight end, and good defensive play by number 55, Jamie Kamenich.
Second down and long, 2nd and 14. Vaughn to throw, and it's in and out of the hands of Carlton West. And if he holds on, it's a foot race to the end zone, but in and out of his hands, it'll bring up 3rd and long. And I think he was basically surprised that he had it in his hands.
Absolutely. The ball was there very, very quickly. They were trying to run a little pattern over here with the tight end and the flanker, where flanker was running a strong move to the inside and the tight end running a flat pattern, and ball's overthrown. And as you can see right there, Carlton West had his hands on it but couldn't quite handle it. It's going to bring up third and about 13.
Carlton made a nice interception for Big Red against Canton McKinley in their scrimmage, and it set up a Big Red scoring opportunity in the scrimmage against the nation's #1 team. That one couldn't hold on to this one against Youngstown Rayen. Option down the line. Pitch to Abrams, and he is knocked out of bounds. Costantini comes up and gets a piece of the action along with Jeff Vag at about midfield. It'll bring up 4th and we'll call it 8, Coach, and brings down the punting unit for Youngstown Rayen and Deshaun Vaughn, who kicks off apparently. He punts, he kicks extra points, he's the quarterback. He does it all.
He runs, yeah. But, you know, on the opposite side of the ball, another great play by Ryan Costantini coming from his inside linebacker position, coming down the line. You know, Youngstown Rayen has excellent speed, and Ryan was able to match that pretty well and come down there and do a good job of holding that option to a very short gain.
Carlton West on the return, gets up to about the 28-yard line before he goes down. It'll be Big Red 1st and 10 from just outside the 28 with 57 seconds to go in the first quarter of play.
John Figueroa, 5'9", 150-pound tight end from Youngstown Rayen, was down there on the tackle. Big Red, this will be Big Red's 3rd offensive possession, and they haven't made a first down yet, so this is an important series for them. They got to get something going, get something established, you know, prove to themselves that they can move the ball, gain a little confidence in their offense, and I'm sure when they do that, they're going to be okay.
Vag to the near side, Jeter to the far side. Tailback is Anthony Smith for Big Red to start the series. Reverse with Jeter. He breaks one tackle. A lot of Tigers there. Steps out of another, slips before he's taken down. And no gain on the play. Possibly a loss of about a half yard. Good effort just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it was a good effort because Youngstown Rayen had that smelled out pretty well. And with their speed, even if you do fool them a little bit, with their speed, they're able to recover so well. You can see here there's pretty good penetration by number 64. That's Joe Love. He's the guy that really destroyed this play. Even though he didn't make the tackle, he made the ball carrier really belly deep and was thrown for a loss of about a yard. It'll bring up 2nd and 11.
First quarter clock inside of 15 seconds. Smith on the carry. Gain of about 3 on the play. 3rd and 8 for Big Red as the first quarter comes to a close with Youngstown Rayen on top by a score of 3-0. So Big Red in the season opener after one quarter down 3-zip to Youngstown Rayen. We're going to take a timeout. We'll be back with more on the game of the week right after this. 3-0 Rayen on top as we get ready to start the second quarter. Rayen with a Deshaun Vaughn field goal. And Big Red will take over 3rd and 7 from their own 32-yard line. And there's a look at the brand new scoreboard, Coach. It is big and it is beautiful. It's a gorgeous looking scoreboard.
It certainly is. You know, everybody did a great job in getting that thing constructed here at Harding Stadium. Something to really be proud of.
Lucas, a little screen pass out to the wide receiver, Stephen Phipps, and he has a first down spinning inside the 45-yard line or outside the 45. So Big Red 1st and 10 and a nice little almost a flanker screen there,
That's
Coach.
just about what it was. And you know, give some credit to number 77, Jared Angelica, came out here on a nice block. You can see that he comes off his defender right there, does it a little block. Now watch the nice block right here that he's able to spring number 7, Stephen Phipps, inside for a first down, and Big Red's initial first down of the 1997 season. 1970.
Coach.
Yeah, I'm living in the past.
Get the time machine out. Back to the future, and Youngstown Rayen has jumped offside.
Big man number 1, that's Marcus Dukes, 6 foot 190. Defensive tackle, moved a little before the snap, so it puts Big Red in a nice first down situation, 1st and 5, and you know, gives them some options that you know, they can do now on first down.
Nice completion from Ryan Lucas. Get
Yes,
that
it was.
under his belt,
Sure
so he
was.
can get that out of his system, waiting for that first completion of the year.
There's
Phipps
Twins again for
and
Big
Jeter
Red.
and the Twins. Johnson, the fullback, he gets the carry, and he is going to be pushed backward by 3 Rayen Tigers.
Matt Abrams, number 7, 5'9", 180-pound inside linebacker, was the first one there. That time Rayen had a lot of people crowding the line of scrimmage on Steubenville and brought some backers and just had too many people in there to block, and somebody came in free. That was number 7, Matt Abrams, and was able to hold that Big Red run to a loss of about a yard or two. So it's going to bring up 2nd and 8. Little counter.
Handoff, Carlton West, nothing doing there. Knifing through is Hewlett again, number 7. Check that, Abrams, number 7.
Abrams. 2 tackles in a row coming from that inside linebacker position. Looked like that play was, you know, a well-designed play. They looked like they had something going, faking to the fullback one way and then coming back with the tailback. And one of the options that Big Red has off that, Bill, is there is a pass off of that to where they try to sneak the fullback into the flat, and you know, that's something that they may come back to a little bit later. Twin set again to the left.
3rd and 8. Lucas bootleg to the near side. No one there to throw to, and he just decides to run it out of bounds. Stops the clock. 4th, and really didn't gain much, maybe a couple of feet, but it's going to be 4th and call it 8 on the 47-yard line. They'll send the punting unit on. Will Big Red.
I think Ryan bootlegged the wrong way that time. I think he wanted to come back into the twins where the fullback was offset. They had twins set that way. They were pushing them off, trying to get the fullback underneath them to where Ryan would bootleg after the fake to the tailback over the right side. But there was a little mistake on direction, and Ryan did a good job of just holding on to the ball and getting as many yards as he could.
High wobbly kick. It'll come down and take a Big Red bounce and stop at about the 21-yard line. So pick up about 7 yards on the bounce.
We got a flag here, and I think what's going to happen here, Bill, is I think the Big Red's going to be penalized because they did not give the Youngstown Rayen receiver enough room to make the catch. They've got to give him a 3-yard cushion there to where he can make the catch. So we're going to see what the call is going to be right here. Look for Jack Prettyman. He's the official. No, we got a clip. Okay. Clip against Youngstown Rayen.
Much more. And, of course, we'll have the Kells crazy. And, you know, Indian Creek won the title last year. I don't know, you're going to have to talk to your guys out there at Edison.
We'll be ready.
If they can knock off the champs from last year, Indian Creek. But we're going to have a lot of fun, of course, on Sports Friday. Of course, we'll bring you all the scores and highlights every Friday night from a busy 1997 high school football season.
This is a big break for Big Red because there was a penalty against Rayen, a clipping penalty, and Rayen did not field the ball, so the penalty comes back to the previous spot.
Lucas outside for Young. It goes incomplete and out of his hands. It looked like Fithen was open on a corner pattern down the field, but Big Red had a couple of receivers open. Young can't hold on to it. It goes incomplete.
Here it is right here, trying to flood this area. A little fake to the fullback. Nice ball handling here by Lucas, and looking for the man running in the flat, the short receiver. That's number 28, Joe Young, but ball goes incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Johnson, your fullback. Carlton West, the tailback. Phipps and Jeter split to the far side. Lucas rolls that way. Looks downfield, has Phipps open at the 25-yard line, spins down to the 20, a 1st down, and a big completion from Lucas to Phipps.
The curl pattern, he's just finding that soft spot in the zone. I don't know if we'll be able to see what the coverage is out here on the Twins, but again, they have 3 receivers to that side, the Twins, and then a back coming out of the backfield, and that opens things up underneath. And a good throw by Lucas and a good catch by Phipps. Takes the ball down to about the 21-yard line. 1st and 10. Big Red starting to roll a little bit now.
Jacob Moore and Fithen, your tight ends. Moore checks into the ball game. Handoff, West, nothing doing. Good play by the Tigers defensive line. Good penetration to trip him up on the play coming in. Hewlett and Figueroa, first to get to West as they trip him up at the line of scrimmage. Loss of about a yard on the play, 2nd down and 11. Good
penetration that time by John Figueroa, number 8. He got there in real good shape, and also big number 64, Joe Love, was there as well. And loss of about a yard, and you know, Big Red's got to get their running game going. That's important.
That was a look at Reno Suckosh, the Big Red head coach, 15th year, overall record 146 and 22. And right now he's got his quarterback on a roll, and he's got an open man, Anthony Smith, and he dives down to about the 10-yard line. It'll be close to 1st down yardage. Flag on the backside of the play.
Here it is here again. It's the bootleg. It's the fake to the tailback, and then booting away from that into the three receiver side, the twins and the fullback coming out in here and opened it up. So Big Red has an ineligible receiver downfield, so that play is going to be called back. Let's take a look at the play coming out here. There's the fake, and here's the bootleg, and here comes the fullback out into the flat. The two wide receivers running deep, and nice play right here, and a nice pass, good catch. And I tell you, it was a well-devised play, but somebody in that offensive interior line was downfield, and they're going to bring it back. We'll wait for the, there it is, ineligible receiver downfield. Jack Prettyman, the referee, giving the signal.
Pete Limber, the Rayen coach, Youngstown Rayen Tiger head coach, as Tigers looking to upend Big Red in the season opener. Right now, 8:15 to go in the second quarter of play. 3-0 Youngstown Rayen. Big Red finally starting to gel a little bit offensively.
Yeah, they
coach.
sure are. They have twins and a flanker right.
Lucas drops, long drop, setting up the screen to West, and he is going to be taken down at the 20-yard line on the tackle. It looks like Hewlett again. He's been busy, number 4.
Yes, he
chasing.
has. I'll tell you, and he's awful quick. It looked like there was really something set up. The screen looked good, but I'll tell you that's a great speed of Rayen was able to recover very, very quickly. Here it is right here. Ryan Lucas gets a deep drop and then drops the ball right here, as we can see, to number 5, Carlton West. But very, very good defensive play by their quarterback, getting up there and holding it to a very short game.
3rd and 10 for Big Red at the Rayen 20-yard line. Lucas across the middle behind Vag. He is punished, and it falls incomplete. Brings up 4th and 10 for Big Red. And do you send the kicking unit on, or do you go for the first down?
Well, yeah, I was watching Big Red's kicker. He was accurate from about the 20-yard line in, Bill, and with the ball on the 20, that would put the ball on about the 27. It would be a 37-yard field goal. That may be a little bit out of his range right now.
We have a timeout, Youngstown Rayen. And we will wait and take a timeout with them. We'll come back and see what happens as Big Red gets ready to go on 4th and 10 from the Rayen 20. Second quarter of play. Big Red off the timeout. No huddle. Right to the line of scrimmage. Lucas rolls near side. Has time. Still looking. Looks into the corner of the end zone. Knocked away at the last second. Intended receiver Derek Jeter on the coverage. That's Jordan. And he makes the nice plays. He swats the ball away, and Coach Big Red turned away. So Rayen will take over 1st and 10 at their 20.
Okay, we're going to look at it. They've got twins out here, and this is the way that Ryan is going to roll. He's looking, has plenty of time, as you can see, and now he decides he's going to go into the end zone looking for a defender, but he's going for number 13. That's Derek Jeter, but number 24, that's Abdur Jordan, does a great job of knocking the ball away. Bring up 1st and 10 for Youngstown Rayen at their own 20-yard line. That was a nice defensive stance by Youngstown Rayen, and of course the penalty hurt Big Red, the ineligible receiver downfield.
Handoff, and on the carry, number 7, Matt Abrams. He spins all the way ahead across the 30-yard line for 1st down.
Sprint draw, and that's sort of a flow play. What the tailback does is he looks for an opening. Everybody blocks toward the play. There you can see it right here, and everybody just trying to knock their people off the line of scrimmage and give him a place to pick and choose, and he does a good job. And once he gets into the secondary, runs with pretty good power too, Bill.
1st and 10 for Rayen at the 31-yard line. 6:45 to go in the first half of play. Handoff inside. It's Abrams again. Not much on the carry. Number 58 for Big Red making the stop. That's Chamberlain. Jamel Chamberlain.
Defensively for the Big Red.
Big Red looking for a signal from their defensive coach on the sideline, what alignment they want to be in. They've shown several different looks so far. They've been in a 4-3, they've been in a straight 4-4, they've been in a straight 3 deep secondary and a 2 deep secondary. Here they are again in a 2-deep secondary with a 4-4 look up front.
Handoff deep in the backfield and coming through, playing a monster game so far in the first half. Ryan Costantini, and he has played big in his linebacker position.
He's done a good job, come from that inside linebacker position, is able to scrape, finds the opening and makes penetration. Here it is right here. Right there, there's Ryan coming from that inside linebacker position, is able to get to the ball carrier and make a big tackle for a loss, going to bring up 3rd and about 15.
Jerry Granberry with the carry for Youngstown Rayen. 3rd and 15 from the 27. Big Red defense so far, Coach, has played a solid game.
They sure have. They sure have. They've done a good job. A lot of speed in that offensive backfield for Youngstown Rayen.
Vaughn back to pass, straight drop, looks outside, has a man wide open, and it is caught at the midfield stripe and spinning down to about the 40-yard line. Number 86,
Sean Washington. I'll tell you what they ran there, Bill. They had a flanker that way, and they ran the same pattern that they ran before over there. They ran a flat pattern with the tight end and a curl pattern with the wide receiver, except the tight end turned it up after he ran his flat pattern. There you can see he's wide open, and if he doesn't stumble and fall, he might go the distance. But it's a big game for Youngstown Rayen. They have the ball on the Big Red 41-yard line, 1st and 10.
Vaughn had all day to throw.
All day to throw, I'll tell you, sure did.
1st and 10 at the Big Red 41 for Rayen. Handoff, Hewlett from behind, Costantini. He has had a monster half. I know we just said that, Coach, but he has been all over the field. And
yes, he has.
Once he recognizes the play, he's very quick to the football.
He sure is. Sure is. Here it is right here. This is a fullback slant off the left side, and you can see here all pretty good blocking, good kick-out block right there by the lead back, but forces it outside, and when those defensive ends and corner linebackers can force that thing to the outside, that gives those inside linebackers an opportunity to come down the line and make a lot of tackles, and that's exactly what Ryan Costantini is doing. I'll tell you, those defensive linemen are keeping blockers off of him, and that's why he's making so many tackles, Bill. It's going to bring up 2nd and about 7. It's a gain of about 3, and we'll see what Youngstown Rayen pulls out of their hat here.
Vaughn to throw. Good coverage from Big Red. Ball incomplete. On the coverage, Anthony Smith, intended receiver. Squire Cross, number 88.
I tell you, that's pretty good man-to-man coverage. Number 88 out there is running a curl pattern. Squire Cross, he's trying to push Anthony Smith off, push him deep, and then come back to the ball. But Anthony Smith played it perfectly, made a good recovery, was able to get his hand in there and knock the ball away. Brings up 3rd and 7 inside Big Red's 40. Flanker right, split end left, I formation. Here's the option.
Option down the line, and Vaughn splits the defense, but coming up quickly and making a nice play. Derek Jeter came up and put a hit on Vaughn that actually knocked him out of bounds. First man that had a shot at Vaughn was number 43, Jacob Moore, but Jeter comes up and knocks Vaughn out of bounds. It's 4th down.
I tell you, he's hurting a little bit, number 11, and I tell you, he takes a shot right here. Little fullback belly, but I'll tell you,
the hold right here on Moore.
Yeah, sure was. And right here, they force him back to the inside. Number 12 forces him back to the inside. That was a good play by Anthony Smith, forcing the ball carry back inside. And then Derek Jeter comes from his safety position and is able to make the tackle.
Vaughn kicks it straight up the elevator shaft. It's going to hit at the 27, bounce backwards, and is down at the 29-yard line. So a punt of about 9 yards.
Yep.
Right now, 3-0 Youngstown Rayen. They convert a field goal back in the first quarter by Deshaun Vaughn to give them a 3-0 lead. Big Red has yet to find the end zone, and they trail it 3-0. 3:09 to go in the first half of play. They take over 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line.
Single back offense for Big Red. Have twins and a flanker.
Lucas looking to throw outside to Phipps, up to the 40-yard line, still on his feet at the 45, and has a first down. Big gain of about 17 on the play, 1st and 10 for Big Red. And Lucas really has a nice strong arm to the outside.
I'll tell you, he throws a perfect ball right here to number 7, Stephen Phipps. Here it is, everybody just running straight down the field, and Phipps pulls up, and the ball is thrown perfectly, as you can see right here. And as you can see also, Phipps has plenty of room. He's able to avoid that first tackler, number 13, William Turner, and get additional yardage.
Phipps to the outside again. Jeter and Vag to the far side, and another quick look to the outside for Vag this time, and it slips through his hands and down through his legs and is incomplete. Throwing 2nd down and 10 for Big Red.
I tell you, that's an awful long throw, Bill. Even though it looked like, had he made the catch, he would have only gained a yard. But, he's throwing that ball laterally an awful long distance. He's throwing it about 25 yards from where the ball is. It was on this hash mark over here, and he's throwing all the way almost to the sideline over there. So that's a pretty long throw for him.
Single back in the backfield. That's Anthony Smith, number 12. Lucas, quick look to the outside for Phipps, has it, steps out of bounds at the Rayen 45-yard line. We'll bring him 3rd and about a yard.
So Ryan has, Ryan Lucas has plenty of time to throw. There's no pressure on him whatsoever, and you can see right here, number 7, Stephen Phipps, again running downfield, and then hooking up, coming back to the ball for a completion. And they're going to have to get on them a little bit tighter. They're giving them too much room over there.
Well, Jeter this time to the near side, Phipps to the far side, 3rd and about a yard and a half. Smith the tailback and motion. So Big Red, another situation where in short yardage they have managed to jump off, and it has cost them both times. The first time back in the 1st quarter on a 4th and about a yard, and they jumped in motion.
That's right, and it hurt them a lot, sure. And again, it hurts them here because instead of being 3rd and 1, they're going to be 3rd and about 6.
Robert Fithen, number 42, checking back into the ball game. Big Red faced now with a 3rd and 6 with 2:30 to go. First half of play. Vag to the near side, Jeter and Phipps to the far side. Johnson, fullback, stays in the backfield to block. Quick swing to Phipps, has some running room, spins, and it'll be close to first down yardage, but he may be forced back, coming in quickly to make the stop.
All depends on where he gets the spot, Bill.
Looked like John Figueroa came up and made the hit that forced him short of the yardage he needed for the first down, bring him 4th and short. And I would imagine in this situation, Big Red may go for it.
I tell you, Coach Suckott's going to call a timeout. He wants to bring the guys over and talk about it. He's at Rayen's 45-yard line with 2:09 left to go in the game. He's down by 3, and I'm sure that he wants to talk about what they exactly want to do and make sure that there are no mistakes. If he goes for it, he's going to tell them, look, we don't want any mistakes. We don't want any mental mistakes. Nobody offside. We have less than a yard to get, and we ought to be able to get that and maintain possession and try to get it in here for the score before the half ends.
Of course, we just mentioned the motion penalties hurting Big Red. Last time they had a 4th and short. It was back in the 1st quarter, and they were going to go for it deep inside their own territory, about the 20-yard line, and they jumped with a motion penalty, and that cost them. So I'm sure Big Red right now is going to concentrate on not jumping as they have a chance to pick up a first down inside the Rayen 45-yard line. Oh, and there's a look at some of the people responsible, some of the sponsors sitting in the S section of Harding Stadium tonight, as they were sponsors for the new Big Red scoreboard, and enjoying the game. And I'm sure some scouts up in there from some of the other schools that will be facing Youngstown Rayen and Big Red.
Sure. Yeah.
It's the one thing about playing on a Thursday night first game.
All of your opponents are here.
That's
right. Everybody is here. That's for sure, Bill. Gives really every head coach of your opponents an opportunity to come and see you play, and because that's a luxury that a lot of head coaches don't have, is to get out and see their opponents, face to face in real, because of their obligations on game night.
4th and short, handoff Johnson straight ahead. He should have it for the first down. It all depends on the spot.
I think he made it.
I think he got it by a bunch. A bunch being, of course, just enough to get the first down.
That's right. Well, there's they're going to take a timeout. The officials are going to take a timeout, and
I think
they're going to measure. But I don't even think. I don't think it's real close. Here it is right here. They're in a very, very tight formation. Number 41, the ball carrier over the right side. It's Chuck Johnson, 205-pound fullback. And there you can see that they have it by the length of the football.
A bunch.
A bunch. 2:05 left to go in the game, so Big Red has only one. Well, they have 2 timeouts left according to the scoreboard, but I thought they've used 2. Maybe they haven't. But it shows that they still have 2 timeouts left, and they'll use them wisely, I'm sure, down the stretch here. Twins this way again, single receiver the other way, single back offense.
One of the luxuries of the new scoreboard.
Yep.
Timeouts left, down in distance. And there's Lucas looking long down the sideline, and it is
intercepted.
Taken away from Phipps, but now
they're
it's
going to
dropped
call
and
it
incomplete. Phipps did a great job of battling for the football, and it falls incomplete. That prevented an interception, and DeJuan Dukes was the defensive back that came up and made the almost interception.
I tell you, he lays it up and he gives that free safety enough time to come over there and make an adjustment on the ball, and you can see that he takes it right away. He's juggling it, never had complete possession, and ball falls incomplete. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10. Boy, that was close, and that would have been a big turnover for Big Red.
Lucas back to pass again, has a man open across the middle. He can't hang on, and it is incomplete. Intended receiver, number 34, John Healy for Big Red. And he was open for first down yardage, but he can't hang on, and it goes incomplete.
I tell you, wide open. It was a nice run play. They're just sending 4 receivers into the seams, and Ryan Lucas is looking for the open one, and he picks the right one. Ball is well delivered right here. As you can see, it's right on the numbers, but just a little lack of concentration on John's part right there. He's only a sophomore wide receiver, but he's going to be okay.
Quick look to the outside for Jeter. Cuts inside and spins down to about the 35. He'll be about a yard short of the first down. Clock continues to move at 1:19. Big Red hustling up to the line of scrimmage on 4th and about 1.5. Long 1.5, 2 yards for the first down. We're going to have a timeout called by Big Red, and then we'll talk things over with 1:11 to go.
It's a good timeout instead of trying to run a hurry-up offense on 4th down and 2 to go, calling a play from the line, not knowing if everybody is going to be able to hear you. It's a good call right here to take the timeout. It's 4th down and about 2 yards to go. Bring them over to the sideline, make sure that everybody is on the same page, and make sure that you get the first down and keep this drive going. So it's a good timeout call.
Well, game of the week that's going on right now as we speak, Coach, is Wellsville and Toronto. Game of the week, number 3 this week. They're all number 1 on the scorecard, but this is the order they're going to fall in. They're going to fall number 3 on Saturday night at 11:30, Toronto and Wellsville. So plenty of high school football action going on this weekend. Another Thursday night season opener in the Ohio Valley, Wellsville and Toronto. Wellsville playing up at their new stadium. They completed the other side, and it's all refurbished. Looks very, very nice, and a fine facility as they kick off the season, with Toronto looking to get a win against one of their rivals, Wellsville, who has controlled that series recently. So we'll have to wait
big
and see what
rivalry, too, between the 2 schools. It's one of the big rivalries in the Valley. Okay, here we go, 4th and 2, big down for Big Red.
Anthony Smith hustles off the field. Lucas rolls, pitches it out, and gets his man. Fifth is the tight end, and like I said, pitch, just a little dump shot over the line of scrimmage off the boot. It's a first down for Big Red.
And just bringing the back out of the backfield underneath the Twins that were over here. They pushed off. Little waggle action right here by Lucas. Watch him right here. He steps one way, then comes the other way. And here's the fullback coming out into the flat, and he's open right away. Only needed 2 yards, so Ryan get him the ball quick. That's what he did, and he was able to take it down for the first down.
Lucas looking to the corner of the end zone, throws into double coverage, incomplete. Wide open on the play was Healy as he ran a post pattern, and Lucas didn't see him throwing into double coverage, but if he gets a chance to see that on film, and I'm sure he will, he'll find that other receiver.
Here it is right here. They're going deep for the end zone, and Lucas releases the ball just in time, and right there, as you can see on the replay, number 34, Healy is wide open down the middle of the field, but Lucas didn't see him and decided to go down along the sideline, almost intercepted.
And that really is a situation where Lucas just doesn't have the game experience to look off the receiver, but that's going to come as the season goes on.
That will come as the season progresses. We have to remember that Ryan Lucas hasn't played football, at the high school level since he was a freshman. So, those 2 years, his sophomore and junior year that he missed, certainly is going to affect him early in the season here. But the more repetitions he gets and the more he sees defenses, the more he'll be able to recognize and the more he'll be able to throw the ball much more effectively and pick out the proper receivers.
And the thing that makes Rayen such a valuable asset is such a good athlete. So that is going to allow him to pick some things up quicker than a player that might not have the same amount of athletic skills. So he's able to jump in there and be this far along at this point.
Absolutely. The one thing that I think Steubenville is lacking so far that I've been able to see just in the first half of the first game of the season is their lack of a real strong running game. That has always been the strong suit of Steubenville High School, being able to take the ball, run the ball, control the clock, throw when you want to throw, not when you have to throw. And so far, they haven't been able to do that. They haven't showed the ability to do that against Youngstown Rayen. They're going to the passing game almost exclusively, and I'm sure that's one thing that Coach Sakoch is going to want to work on as the season progresses. Here's they got the 4 receivers again. Man coverage.
Looks to dump it off to Carlton West. Has some running room. One-on-one with the defender. He gets around the corner, and he's taken down after a gain of about 5. Gonna bring up 3rd and about 6.
The one thing that number 5, Carlton West, should have tried to do was to get out of bounds as quickly as he possibly could so the Big Red doesn't have to use their last timeout. The clock is running. It's 3rd and about 7. Again, they're in that same formation.
Lucas to throw. Has time. Airs it over the head of Jeff Vag. Vag went down. He's looking for a flag. Nothing coming, and it'll be incomplete to bring up 4th and long for Big Red.
I'll tell you, not only did Vag go down, they were trying to cross the 2 inside receivers, and both receivers were knocked down by the linebackers. I don't think you're going to see the first one because it happens inside. And right here you can see Ryan Lucas is looking for the second crosser. That's Vag. And right there you can see he gets knocked off his feet.
Lucas to pass. Down the middle. He has Phipps. First down inside the 10-yard line. Clock will stop with 21 seconds. Big Red, it shows 1 timeout remaining.
Here it is right here, and a lot of time for Ryan Lucas to throw, and that's one thing. He hasn't been pressured at all, and a great throw right here by Lucas to his favorite receiver, Stephen Phipps. 1st
and goal. Lucas to throw again. Looks to the corner. Jump ball with Jeter. It's batted up in the air and falls incomplete. Hewlett had a shot at it, but couldn't make the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and goal from about the 8-yard line.
I tell you, Turner had a shot at it first. As you can see, here's the ball coming right at us, and right there Turner steps in front of the receiver, knocks it away, and then Hewlett comes over and almost has it. So ball knocked away. 11 seconds left to go in the half. See if Big Red can get it in.
Lucas to throw, jump ball with Phipps, and he has it. Is he inbounds, out of bounds,
There's
and
no
incomplete.
Signal. Incomplete. I'll tell you the one thing in this game, Bill, there are 7 officials on this game. We have 5 from the local association and 2 that came from Youngstown. That's a courtesy that Big Red gives to the Youngstown team to get 2 of their own officials. So that time there was an official right in front of the play, a side judge, and there you can see him. Right there is the play and the ball.
Screen to Phipps. He's going to get in the end zone. Touchdown, Big Red, with 2 seconds to go.
Nice call down here. I tell you, it's a nice call. No one expecting a screen pass this close to the end zone, and Big Red is able to throw it and score. And that's a big score for Steubenville High School.
Take another look at it, Coach. Well-designed play. Lucas executes very well to Phipps.
Little flanker screen. There it is right there.
Coach, as we look out across the field, we see the first replay on the scoreboard, and it goes as a touchdown. So that's first look at the scoreboard as the sun has gone down. We can kind of see the image as that sun hits the screen. A little tough to see, but it's getting a little darker. They were able to run the replay of the touchdown.
And we'll see if Big Red's going to go for 1 or if they're going to go for 2.
They will kick the football.
And number 21 will do the kicking. That's Chris Van Dyne. Or I'm sorry, Provenzano. Number 14 will be the holder. That's Matt Vane. And the long snapper will be number 87, Joe Yannock.
Kick up, and it is right down the middle. So Big Red has their first touchdown of the season. Lucas to Phipps, and the extra point is good, and Big Red has their first lead of 1997, 7-3 with 2 seconds to go in the first half of play here at Harding Stadium. And Coach, the fireworks on the scoreboard. So we're getting a look at some of the capabilities of the Big Red scoreboard. Of course, it has all the bells and whistles in terms of down, distance, timeouts, clock, scoreboard, advertisers, the Big Red horse with the flame up top. It also has the big screen, so you can take a look at instant replays, and they'll be able to put pictures of the players up on the scoreboard. And right now, all of the Big Red fans happy that they have the score up there. That's 7-3.
It was a nice drive by Big Red, done primarily with the pass, and very, very effective. Trying to throw the deep ball a couple times, it almost came back to bite him. But I'll tell you, the short to the intermediate passing game for Big Red so far has been very, very effective. And I'll tell you, Ryan Lucas has done a good job so far, and that offensive line for Big Red has done an excellent job because they've given him plenty of time to throw the ball.
Of course, one of the things coming up at half that we will take a look at the Big Red Marching Band as they get ready for the 1997 season. Well, I guess they're already ready for the 1997 season.
That's
it's
right.
here. If they're not ready now, it's going to be a little bit late, but they will be ready at halftime to perform, and we'll have that for you right here on WTOV9, along with much more from Big Red and Youngstown Rayen. 2 seconds to go in the first half of play. Big Red up 7-3. Squib kick to one of the up men from Rayen. He downs the ball with 1 second to go, so they will have to snap it. Will Youngstown Rayen. Marcus Dukes, number 1, falling on the football.
Be interesting to see if Youngstown Rayen tries to go deep with something, or if they just take a knee and run out the clock, get into the locker room before any type of damage might be done. So it'll be interesting to see what they do.
How important in your mind mentally was it for Big Red to get on the board with that touchdown before the half?
Very important. Very important. They've struggled here offensively in the first half, and toward the tail end of this half, they started to get their offense going a little bit. They got some continuity, so I think it would have been very, very hard for them to come in the second half had they not scored.
Well, Vaughn back to pass, being pressured by Fifth. He drops the football. It's loose on the ground, and it is recovered by Rayen, and that is the half. We'll take a timeout, be back with halftime festivities. 7-3, Big Red at the half. Off comes down to Big Red, and fielding it, Anthony Smith, number 12. He's got a seam and tried to bounce to the outside, Coach, and he is stopped at the 30-yard line. But Big Red takes over, 1st and 10 from the 30. Good field position, and Coach, can you imagine this? 119 yards or thereabouts for Big Red passing in the first half. Just 1 yard rushing.
Wow. And that's really an unusual statistic, for Steubenville Big Red that has thrived on a strong running game all these years. But they'll get it on track too. They've got some nice running backs. They've got some nice size, and they'll get it going. So I don't think that the fans need to worry too much about that. See if Ryan Lucas, continues to throw the ball as he has in the first half, and right there they're going to gain 5 yards on first down. Youngstown Rayen a little too anxious. Jack Prettyman, as you can see, giving the signal offside against Youngstown Rayen. Will be 1st and 5. The one thing about a good coaching staff is they are able to utilize their talent as much as they possibly can. They don't try to force their kids to do something that they can't do. In this case, evidently Coach Sakach and his staff feels that Ryan Lucas is a good thrower. He's got some excellent receivers, on the outside, and they're going to go with the passing game as we see right here.
Swing it out to Jeter. He's going to have enough for the first down, out across the 45, down to the 46-yard line. 1st and 10 for Big Red on the tackle for Youngstown Rayen. William Turner, as we take a look at it, just a quick swing pass.
Quick slant right here to Derek Jeter. No linebacker out there, and he's able to get inside his defender. As you can see, Derek Jeter was the leading receiver, I think, for Big Red last year. But so far in this game, Stephen Phipps has had a big first half and is proving to be a very, very good receiver on the outside.
Handoff, Carlton West breaks the tackle across the 50, tucks the ball away, stiff arm, and is inside the 45 of Rayen for a first down. And the running game just opens right up for Carlton West, and he makes it work for a first down.
That was a nice read by Carlton West. You're going to see him right here. He's going to start over the right side. Boom, he's going to cut it back. He sees a little seam there. Almost loses the football. He's carrying it like a loaf of bread, but finally does tuck it away, and as you can see, he's holding on to it pretty good and is able to get it up there for a first down. 1st and 10. Big Red moving the ball fairly well here on the first 2 offensive play. One run, 1 pass.
Turner with the tackle again for Youngstown Rayen. Ball at the 43, pressure on Lucas, and they're going to get him. Hewlett with the tackle, number 4 for Youngstown Rayen, and that is a big loss, and that's a sack, our first sack of the game. And Coach, that means it's sack for a sack, check for a sack, and it is Kroger Food and Drug, WTOV9, for each sack recorded by either team. Kroger will donate $50 to the OVAC, and we take a look at it again here.
Jason Hewitt comes off the corner right here. He beats that pulling guard, as you can see, and he's able to get to Jason Ryan Lucas there very, very quickly.
Lucas swings it out again on the slant to Jeter, and he dives across the 40-yard line. Good gain on 2nd down. Check that 3rd down, and it'll put Big Red in a position where they'll have to make a decision.
It's going to be 3rd and about 7. Again, the real quick slant. There's no linebacker underneath. Real tough man-to-man coverage. Number 6, as you can see, John Pixley trying to cover Jeter on the outside, and that's no contest. Jeter, an excellent receiver, great speed, and when he makes that cut to the inside and there's no linebacker underneath, it's a very, very easy pass for Ryan Lucas to throw to Jeter. Now they have twins left and single receiver wide to the right.
Lucas swings it out to the running back. That's Smith. He has some running room and dives ahead close to first down yardage. I think he'll have enough for the first down at about the 31-yard line of Youngstown Rayen.
And a nice block out there by number 55 for Steubenville. That's Jamie Cominage, 5'10", 195-pound senior. He's an offensive lineman. You're going to see him coming out here. A little swing pass, and number 55 going to get a key block there that is going to be able to swing number 12, Anthony Smith, for some additional yardage. Good play that time by Steubenville Big Red.
1st and 10, handoff to West, and he leans ahead for a couple of yards. 2nd down and about 7.
Single back offense is very, very difficult to run with the football. It's primarily a passing formation, but what you attempt to do is to get that defense spread out, reduce those linebackers inside, give your offensive lineman an opportunity to block one-on-one, and then give that single back a chance to make a cut one way or the other.
Chuck Johnson, number 41, and Smith check into the ball game for Big Red.
And 3 quick receivers this way, Bill. See if they come this way.
In motion, Jeter. Handoff down the line to Smith, looking for a block. He's going to try and turn it up. He can't get it done as he is taken down at about the 37-yard line. On the tackle, Mark Freeman, number 84 for Youngstown Rayen.
Okay, Mark Freeman showed a little bit of speed. He was being blocked, but he was able to play off the block, and it looked like number 12, Anthony Smith, was going to be able to get to the outside. Here we see it right here, and right there you can see that he's going to catch Smith from behind. Shows good speed, a good defensive play by number 84, Mark Freeman. 3rd and 6 for Big Red. They're in short down territory. I'm sure they'll go for it if they don't get it here, Bill. They're in a single back offense. Twins to the right, tight end and flanker this way.
Bag Jeter and Phipps. Lucas outside to Phipps on the flanker screen, and he can't get away this time, and he will be taken down after a short gain of about a yard. Coming up and making the play, number 4, Hewitt, and he has really played a nice game.
Yes, he has. And I'll tell you, number 8, John Figueroa, did a good job that time also, because he got to the play very, very quickly. It looked like something was going to develop there, but good recovery by the perimeter defenders for Youngstown Rayen. They were able to hold that to a very short gain. This is a big play right here for Big Red. 4th and 4.
Jeter split to the near side, Phipps to the far side. Lone back in the backfield is Carlton West. 5th in and more, the tight ends. Quick look on the slant, and it was almost intercepted, knocked down on the coverage for Youngstown Rayen. William Turner making a nice play coming in and stopping the pass intended for Derek Jeter.
I tell you, he read that perfectly, Billy. Just stepped right in front of that, and here it is, 1, 2, 3 step drop and a quick slant going for the first down. It looked like Jeter was going to make the reception, and then William Turner stepped right in front, was able to knock the ball away, so Youngstown Rayen will take over 1st and 10.
Look for it a little later on. The zig in, zig out.
Zig out.
Hard inside. You sell the slant and then back outside.
Absolutely.
And they've run the slant enough times where that might be there.
Sure have.
Rayen on offense, handoff Hewitt. He breaks the tackle. And he's out across the 30-yard line. Pickup of about 5 on the play.
Tell you, good strong running that time by number 4. It's John Hewlett, the fullback. Was hit at the line of scrimmage, was able to break a couple tackles and then get into the secondary for a gain of about 5 yards. Here it is right here, just a fullback slant off the right side. And you can see big number 76 just getting in everybody's way over there. I'm sorry, 78, that's John Rogers at 320 pounds. Good first down play for Rayen. Number 58 for Big Red is kind of big in himself. That's Chamberlain, 6'2", 340.
Flag on the play. Someone wasn't set or they took too much time. We'll have to wait. It's going to go against Youngstown Rayen.
I think one of those interior linemen moved a little bit prior to the snap, so it's going to cost them 5 yards. So instead of 2nd and 5, it's going to bring up 2nd and 10.
I'll tell you what, if John Rogers moves at 320, you know it. Even a little bit.
That's right.
Jeter checks in the ball game defensively for Steubenville Big Red. 6:25 to go, 3rd quarter play. Big Red on top of this one, 7-3.
You know, if you think John Rogers is big, Bill, I'm looking in the program. They have a young man by the name of Darwin Palmer. He's a sophomore, 6'1", 420 pounds.
Second down and 10 for Big Red. Vaughn, pressured ball comes loose. It's loose on the ground, and it is recovered by Rayen. One of the offensive linemen or backs got to the football.
I tell you, that was dangerous. Big Red was real close to recovering that. Here we're going to see, and I'll tell you, a good penetration here by Big Red. They're coming off their blocks. They're sending people there. Right there you can see number 66. It's Jared Zapolnik is the first one there. The ball is knocked loose, and it looked like number 1, Marcus Dukes, was able to get on the ball and recover that, or else that would have been catastrophic for Youngstown Rayen. Big Red would have had the ball inside Rayen's 20.
Not a catastrophe, but catastrophic.
Catastrophic.
That's big trouble.
It would have been a catastrophe, too.
Trouble.
All right, 3rd and 16. Long way to go.
Vaughn looking to throw, looks to the outside, incomplete. On the coverage for Big Red, Carlton West. That'll bring up 4th and 16, ball in 19. Youngstown Rayen will look to punt the football away with 5:41 to go in the 3rd quarter of play.
Trying to hit Jason Hewlett coming out of the backfield there, the fullback for Youngstown Rayen. He was open, but just was not able to get him the ball. Deshaun Vaughn got it behind him a little bit. Ball falls incomplete. So Vaughn will drop back into punt formation. And Steubenville should get some pretty good field position out of this defensive stand right here. Got 9 guys up on the line. See if they go after it. Nope, they're going to drop some off. Looks like they're going to have a return to the right over here.
Vaughn gets it away. Carlton West receives at the 45 across the 50. Ball spins and he goes out of bounds along with the football. That'll bring up 1st and 10 for Big Red inside Youngstown Rayen territory. Let's take a timeout. We're back with more right after this. Game of the week on WTOV9. Bill Phillips and the coach Rich Walensky. 7-3 Big Red. Ryan Lucas to Stephen Phipps touchdown pass late with 2 seconds to go in the first half of play. The difference in this one as Youngstown Rayen can't stay outside. Marcus Dukes, he has jumped off a couple of times now tonight, Coach, and that's going to cost Rayen 5 yards.
That's right, and he jumped in the first series the Big Red had in the second half and gave Big Red a 1st and 5 situation, and here he does it again. So Coach is going to pull him out of there. He's going to talk to him a little bit and get him to concentrate some. Comes back in with big number 78, John Rogers. Big Red breaking their formation again. They've got 3 receivers to this side.
Handoff. Smith. Nice run from Smith inside all the way up close to 1st down yardage. They may have to measure on this one, but a nice run inside. Followed his blockers very well.
Nice blocking by number 77 over there, Bill. Jared Angelica, the offensive left tackle, does a nice job of coming off the ball and maintaining contact. And you can see right there, he gets a nice block, knocks the defender off his feet, and a good solid gain for number 12, Anthony Smith. They're going to be a little bit short, so it's going to bring up second and, just inches. It's good down to play with a little bit, a little play action, and maybe go for something because you can always come back on third down. It's a very, very short distance to go, but we'll see if Coach Radakovich, the offensive coordinator for Steubenville Big Red, decides to do that. Big Red bringing out all of their wide receivers now, coming in with some other tight ends and other wide receivers, so we'll see what they're going to do. Again, they're in a single back offense.
Andre Crossland checks into the game for the first time for Big Red. He's split to the far side, Healy the near side, and
Fumble.
it's Young. He bobbles the football but manages to hold on. Don't know if he got enough for the first down. I don't think so. It's going to be third and about a yard, but a dangerous situation there for Big Red as Joe Young, number 28, has a problem holding on to the football.
Here it is here. It's everybody's blocking toward, and you can see that he just, he was grabbing for the ball instead of making a pocket, and Ryan Lucas couldn't get the ball in there, and he mishandled the ball. Good penetration by the Youngstown Rayen defense, and threw him for a loss of about a half yard, so it's going to bring up about 3rd and 1.
Chuck Johnson and Carlton West back in the ball game. Handoff goes to Johnson. He'll have the first down across the 35, down about the 34. Good line search from Big Red.
And he was able to find a crack over the right side. Did a good job of keeping his shoulder square to the line of scrimmage, and just wanted to get the first down. Number 41, Chuck Johnson, 6'1", 205, fullback. Did a good job of getting that first down for the Steubenville Big Red on the right side of that offensive line. As you see, big number 77, Jared Angelica over there, doing a good job, along with number 60, Josh Seminara.
Lucas down the line on the option, pitch to West. He gets to the corner and across the 25-yard line, and Reno Suckosh looking for a little bit of a late hit on the Youngstown Rayen player as came in. William Turner, I believe it was, coming in just a touch late, but no flag on the play.
You talk about the athleticism of Ryan Lucas. Watch this, Bill. He's going to take a real big hit here, but still makes an excellent pitch to his trail back. It's number 5, Carlton West, and West shows a little bit of speed once he gets on a perimeter and is able to get real positive yardage. A gain of about 7 is going to bring up 2nd and 3.
Second down and short for Big Red. Lucas looking to throw, pump, and going to the outside for Jeter, and it is knocked down. Great play, and banging into the wall hard. A Youngstown Rayen defender. And he may be hurt because he went into the concrete part of the stadium, Coach. He went full speed and hit his back as he went in.
Dukes. And boy, I tell you, what a great play that was. He came from his free safety position, and he had to come with a burst of speed because Big Red had a receiver open deep downfield, and right here you can see him get by his defender, and the ball is laid up, and what a great play by number 3, and there he goes right there. Ooh, and he sure does crack into that wall over there.
Back.
Yeah. Big play right here, 3rd and about 2 for Steubenville. They're in 4-down territory here.
Handoff Johnson, the
Big
fullback.
guy.
He's going to have enough straight ahead, and right now that offensive line for Big Red really starting to feel their way into this ball game, starting to gel a little bit and get a nice surge off the snap.
Brad Edwards anchoring that line, and there you can see number 58, Chamberlain, big body up in there, and number 77, that's Angelica at 265, and Chamberlain in there at 340. So that's the place to run.
1st and 10 from the 23-yard line. Handoff to Johnson again. This time a short gain of maybe 2. 2nd down and 8.
Brian Costantini also up there, offensive lineman, trying to open up some holes for those running backs. Big Chuck Johnson, a 205-pound fullback, getting the ball on 2 consecutive carries here. Short gain of about 2 is going to bring up 2nd and 8. Ball near the 20-yard line.
Crossland checks out of the game. Jeter in. He'll split to the far side. Phipps to the near side. West and Johnson, your fullback and tailback. Lucas under center. Option down the line to West, wide open. He cuts it inside, still on his feet, spins, still moving, and spins ahead for a first down. Great run, Carlton West.
And I'll tell you, 2 Youngstown defenders are down at about the 15-yard line. Great run that time by Carlton West. I tell you, just never gave up. Plenty of room on the corner. They had nobody containing the pitch man. He was all out there all by himself, and you can see he's got room to run. He makes a nice move right here and keeps his feet moving, still moving his feet, spinning, turning, real determined running on the part of number 5, Carlton West, and he gets it down there for a first down. The 2 defenders that are down for Youngstown Rayen, the one nearest to us is number 24, and that is Abdur Jordan, and I can't see who the other one is from here. If that's number 64, that's Joe Love, a defensive end, and he's really played a great game up to this point. He's had a very, very productive game from his defensive end position.
I believe they've both cramped up, as you see Jordan right now having his right calf worked on. And of course, this is the time of the year, Coach, when I like to get my advertisement in for the Banana Corporation of America, because you have to get that potassium.
Get that potassium.
You can even get a little into your soft drinks, I found out. So you got to keep the fluids going, and you got to eat some bananas.
That's right. On a night like this, you know, when it's so humid, you know, these guys, you know, lose a lot of fluid as a result of sweating, and they have to replace those as often as they possibly can.
And coming up on Saturday, we take a look at the lineup on WTOV9, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Miller Lite AVP Tour Championship, Volleyball Championship. We can head to the beach, Coach, get the suntan lotion out. And then, of course, after you go to the beach, you want to come back in and watch the ladies who have next the WNBA Championship game, 3:30 in the afternoon. That comes up this weekend on WTOV9. That is Saturday afternoon.
Who's playing in that WNBA championship game, Bill?
Well, the semifinals are tonight.
Okay.
So the semifinals will determine who's in the finals.
New York Liberty in that?
New York Liberty's
Los
in there.
Angeles
Charlotte, New York Liberty,
Arizona,
Phoenix, and I believe it's the Sparks. Houston's in it.
Very good.
And of course, then on Sunday, we get the Bill Cowher Show at 8:30 in the morning. I'm skipping ahead. Dean Marini, our director, is probably wondering, where's Bill going? Why is he talking about this? I don't have this yet. I'm not ready to put this up.
Okay.
But of course, you have a college football preview. At noon, you have an NFL doubleheader. Oakland and Tennessee, and I'm not talking about the Volunteers, talking about the Oilers. And then Jacksonville will take on Baltimore. And then, of course, Sports Sunday with Don Sloan.
No college football this week, huh?
Nope, none this week.
Okay, 1st and 10 for Steubenville. Showing a little motion here.
Jeter comes in motion on first down, handoff to West, straight ahead, short gain, if any. And I believe, Coach, the following weekend we'll have college football with you. I believe Notre Dame will kick off at home against Georgia Tech. Dean Marini, our director, a Notre Dame fan, says that's when the season actually begins.
Absolutely.
Even though the kickoff classic, some from Syracuse and Wisconsin, I'm sure Wisconsin wish they could take that game back.
And we had a Northwestern against Oklahoma earlier
and of
last
course,
week.
Ohio State playing tonight.
Right.
Ohio State playing Wyoming in the first ever Eddie Robinson Classic out at Ohio Stadium. But right now, 2nd down and 9 for Big Red. 1:30 to go in the third quarter of play. They lead at 7-3. West alone back in the backfield. Lucas under center, and it's going to be an option down the line. Quick pitch to West. Has some running room. Block from Jeter. If he can get to the corner, he can get in. Touchdown, Big Red.
Okay, nice block by number 13, Derek Jeter. And again, you know, they were outflanked. They had nobody on the pitch man over there. They only had one defender covering either the pitch man or the quarterback. And it's just impossible to cover. They were just outnumbered over there, and it was a great call coming back over here. Here you can see it. Number 4 is the only guy there. He tries to take the pitch and misses the tackle. And when that happens, watch the nice block here by Derek Jeter, number 13, enabling Carlton West to get into the end zone.
Extra point up and right down the middle. So Big Red tacks on another touchdown and an extra point. Now they lead it by a score of 14-3. Coach, we talked about Big Red wanting to establish the run in this half of play, and they've really done that in this third quarter.
Yeah, their running game has been much more successful, you know, in this third quarter. Of course, anything would have been a success, being that they only had 1 yard rushing, you know, at the half.
Yep.
But you know, they start getting the fullback inside a little bit. Number 41, Chuck Johnson, was doing a good job, and those 2 tailbacks that came in, number 12, Anthony Smith, and Carlton West, both did a good job of running on the perimeter. So the option looks good. Ryan Lucas is starting to look much more comfortable, running that offense. And of course, I'm very, very impressed with his ability to throw the football.
Oh, right now it is 14-3, 1:18 to go. And I'll tell you what, we had a nice shot of the Big Red Horse on top of the scoreboard, all polished up and ready to go for 97. And the scoreboard as we go along through the game here, Coach. I don't know if we can get a shot of it, but some advertisements up on the big screen, some replays. There's a shot of the kicker if we can get a shot of the scoreboard, and it has everything on it. But apparently because we're up there, I'm not sure how it all works.
I don't either. It's too
magic.
technical for me.
It's magic. I still can't program my own VCR.
Okay, that ball's going to go out of bounds. There's going to be a flag, and Youngstown Rayen is going to get the ball at about the 35 or 40-yard line, being that the ball was kicked out of bounds.
So trying to explain how the scoreboard works probably would be impossible if I can't program my own VCR.
The only thing I'm interested in is what is the score, how much time is left, what down, what distance, and what quarter. And that's basically what they're showing. It's a beautiful scoreboard, and it's really great for the fans because during timeouts they can look up there and there's different things that are being run. So I tell you, it is really a very, very exciting piece of equipment here. And there it is right there, home of the Big Red.
There's a look at it, the scoreboard. Horse up on top. Right now, Youngstown Rayen, Coach.
I think what's happening is that these guys. Yeah, I'm sorry, Bill. I didn't mean to talk over you.
Go ahead,
and it looks like Youngstown Rayen is starting to get a little bit tired. They're losing the zip that they had in the first half. So many of their kids are playing both ways. They don't play a lot of people. Quarterback plays both ways, or fullback plays both ways. A lot of those interior linemen, and I think Big Red's depth is starting to take its toll, beginning right now. Right there, they're trying to run number 4. That's Jason Hewlett over the right side. And that was a good play for them earlier in the game. Right now, you can just tell that he's really beginning to labor.
Chuck Johnson on the tackle, number 41 for Big Red, playing fullback and a linebacker spot tonight. And that's one of the things that Big Red has the luxury of doing. Talking earlier in the week with Coach Reno Suckosh as Costantini almost gets his man, doesn't. Abrams still on his feet inside the 50, a big run down to about the 45-yard line. But what I was trying to get to was the fact that he was able to substitute in a number of players on the offensive and defensive lines, running backs, receivers, to keep them fresh. So Big Red right now a little fresher than Youngstown Rayen.
Here's a look on the play. It's a down-the-line option, and it looks like a pitch all the way, really. It didn't look like he optioned anybody. And just the great speed, again, shown by Matt Abrams right here. He's able to – Ryan Costantini was there, almost made the tackle in the end zone. There you can see he almost loses the football, but he does come down with it. Big play for Youngstown Rayen. 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line.
Ball's on the ground. I believe Vaughn may have gotten back on top of it, and he did indeed. Youngstown Rayen cost it up again, but for the second time, Coach, they're able to get on the football.
58, Big Chamberlain, the 340-pound defensive tackle. Here it is right here, and he just doesn't get a clean exchange from the center and is able to get there quickly to recover. And that brings us to the end of the third quarter, Bill.
We're going to take a timeout. We'll come back with more right after this. Walensky and some of the enthusiastic fans here at Harding Stadium having a good time. Some young students in Steubenville, and someday probably thinking, well, maybe I'll be out there on Harding Stadium's field and playing some football. As right now, Big Red in control, 14-3, but Youngstown Rayen trying to mount a drive, and on second down, Hewlett on the carry to about the 42-yard line, but well short of the first down, bring him 3rd and long.
If Hewlett makes a cut on this, Bill, once he gets outside here, you'll see him right there. He makes a move to the outside. Now, if he makes a cut right here instead of trying to run to the outside, he might it might have served him a little bit better and might have picked up a little more positive yardage. As it is, he picks up about 4. It's going to bring up 3rd and 6, and this has been a difficult down for Youngstown Rayen to convert on when they get into a 3rd and long situation.
Squire Cross and Michael Anderson split left and right as Vaughn goes back to pass. It's incomplete. And it'll bring up 4th down. An interesting situation here for Youngstown Rayen. Do you go for it on 4th and 7 from inside Big Red territory?
Looks like coach from Youngstown Rayen is going to have them punt the football. I tell you, had Vaughn had a little more time to throw, he had an open receiver on the left side. He had looked there initially, and the receiver was covered, but opened up momentarily after that, but was not able to see him. Well, we have a penalty here, and I'm not exactly sure what this is going to be.
Well, they're counting up men on the field for Youngstown Rayen. They may have had an extra player on the field. Someone's got an extra player. Now the Youngstown Rayen players are counting the Big Red players.
Big Red has 11. Youngstown Rayen has 11. Rayen was trying to get one off the field, so they're going to penalize Rayen.
Hey, communicate! So that'll set Rayen back and should help Big Red trying to get field position off of this punt from Rayen.
I think the official may have been a little bit quick to throw the flag there, because Rayen did have, even though they did have 12, they realized then they were trying to get one off before they even set their formation. So, it might have been a little premature.
Vaughn to kick off the side of his foot, wobbly kick. Big Red will just get away from it and really takes a Big Red bounce as it just rolls dead right where it hit. And Big Red will take over 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. And it'll bring up 1st and 10 there for Big Red. And Big Red in this quarter, or this half, I should say, has really gone to the run.
Right. Yeah, they've sort of taken over the game. They took the ball and they drove it. They kept the ball for a long period of time. Mixing the run and the pass very, very nicely. And they're going to be a dangerous football team as the season progresses if they can get that good mix of running and passing, Bill. And because I'll tell you right now, Ryan Lucas looks very, very comfortable throwing the football in this Big Red offense.
We're going to take a timeout. We'll come back with more. 11:02 to go in the ball game. Big Red on top, 14-3. Back with more after this. 10 at the 25 for Big Red. 11:02 to go in the ball game. And Youngstown Rayen, they're
Guess who?
Pull the flag. And Marcus Dukes, number 1 on the offsides penalty. That's number 3 on the night. He has the hat trick. If anyone would like to take their hat off and throw it down on the field, this would be an appropriate time. And at quarterback right now for Big Red, as Lucas has headed to the sideline.
Matt Vane.
Matt Vane, number 14. 6 foot, 150-pound sophomore quarterback. Handoff goes to Smith. Flag on the play. Pickup of about 2 or 3 on the play, but this one may come back on a penalty.
I met this young Vane boy yesterday evening when our girls were playing the Big Red girls in volleyball. Mrs. Vane introduced me to her grandson, and I told him, I said, well, if you get into the game, I'll give you a special mention. So I'm giving number 14, Matt Vane, a special mention, and his grandmother, Mrs. Vane, as well.
A real luxury tonight to be able to get your backup quarterback in this early in the season, give him an opportunity to get some game experience, because he would be the future of that position at Big Red, as Ryan in his senior year already. So it's going to be an opportunity for Matt to get some snaps under his belt. And right now, broken play, and he's going to get his first opportunity to run with the football, and not for much.
Also, some new offensive linemen in there for Big Red. Number 72 at the offensive left tackle spot, Pat Cunningham, 5'9", 255-pound junior, is in there also. Tackles still remain pretty much the same. Number 77, Jared Angelica, and number 66, Jared Zapolnik. Receivers are the same. Tailback and fullback remain the same.
Vane looking to throw, steps up, delivers the football, knocked away at the last second, had Jeter for a moment, but coming in quickly and making the stop, Jordan, from his defensive backfield position. Nice play by the defender. But Vane steps up nicely in the pocket, delivers the football.
Got his shoulders turned around real good. He, bootlegging out to the left, got turned around real well and delivered the ball fairly good too.
3rd down and 9 for Big Red at the 26. There's a look at Reno Sagash, the head coach, 15th year here at Big Red, and what a record he has put up over 15 years, 146 and 22. Not shabby at all.
Absolutely.
A couple of state championships mixed in.
There's a flag, and that's going to be illegal participation against Big Red. They had 12 on the field and attempting to get one off, so that evens up the score. Youngstown Rayen was penalized for that on their last series, and now Steubenville High School gets it here. It's going to bring up third Bill in about 14.
Well, Matt should get another opportunity to throw the football here. 9:51 to go in the ball game. 14-3 Big Red leading. Big Red scored late in the first half on a Lucas to Phipps touchdown pass. Clock stopped with 2 seconds to go in the half, and then a running touchdown from Carlton West as Vane gets blindsided from the back. Ball comes loose. No one whistles.
No whistle.
Ball is alive, and it is recovered by Hewlett of Youngstown Rayen, and it is a first down for Youngstown Rayen. So all of a sudden, Rayen could be right back in the ball game with a touchdown.
I tell you, I'd like to see this on a replay. Sure did look like his arm was coming forward here, Bill. And there's a defender coming from the backside, and I think it was number 4, Jason Hewlett. Yeah, 64. I don't know. His arm was going forward, but I tell you, that was awful close. No whistle, and number 4, you can see right there, Hewlett picks it up. That was number 64 coming from the backside, Joe Love. And here's a look from a different angle.
I'll tell you what, you know why referees love instant replay scoreboards? Because everybody gets a look at it. And the crowd was everyone pointed at the scoreboard. There it is. Take a look as we have a flag on 1st and 10 for Youngstown Rayen, and it looks
Rayen
like
has
it'll
a new
go against
quarterback in there too, Bill. Number 12, Joshua Kowalczyk. He's a senior, 5'9", 150. Number 12. Again, an illegal procedure call against Youngstown Rayen, so they're going to start 1st and 15 outside the 25-yard line.
They may have put sand in Joshua's shoes to get him to 150 pounds.
Whoa.
And there's a mix-up, and they just dish it off to Abrams, and he's down the sideline inside the 15-yard line before he's knocked out of bounds, and it's going to be a flag on the play.
It's probably
for a
hit
late
out
hit.
Of bounds, I would imagine. I tell you what looked like was going to be a big loss because Kowalczyk ran into his own offensive lineman. Big mix-up on the play, and then he just pitched it back. He said, I want to get rid of this thing. So he pitched it back to Matt Abrams, and here we go right here. It looks like he turned the wrong way, just pitches the ball, and look at the speed right here by number 7, Matt Abrams, getting down the sideline. And there is right there number 13 coming in a little bit late, so that's going to be a half the distance penalty. Place the ball at about the 7-yard line. 1st and goal for Youngstown Rayen.
Ball spotted on the 7-yard line. Kowalczyk.
I'm wondering if something happened to Deshaun Vaughn, the starting quarterback. I'm trying to locate him on the sideline, but I
tank
don't see
is
him.
out of gas.
That's possible. He's done everything for this team, in this game.
Option down the line. Kowalczyk right now still keeping, tries to turn it up, taking down Ryan Costantini, number 52. He has played a super game and makes another big stop for Big Red.
I tell you, Kowalczyk showed some nice speed. He didn't take any chances. Here we go right here. Comes down the line, finds a little crack right here, and you always tell your quarterback, if there's any doubt in your mind, keep the ball, don't pitch.
We're talking about Deshaun Vaughn, the quarterback from Youngstown Rayen, who's been replaced. Kicked, punted, extra points,
Defense.
Field goals, defense. Good look at the defensive group for Big Red. 2nd down and 4 from the 4-yard line. Roll out, looking to the end zone. Pass, it is picked up. Carlton West, he could go all the way. Indeed, out to about the 35. 1st and 10 for Youngstown Rayen with 8:14 to go. And I'll tell you what, Carlton West turned on the Jets, Coach. He pulled away from everybody at about midfield.
He absolutely did. We'll see who the quarterback is going to be here for Youngstown Rayen at this point. Don't see anybody in there, or nobody coming off the sideline either at this point. Now they're going to come back with number 12. Joshua Kowalczyk is going to come in there, the senior, and that's a good move. It's a confidence builder for him by the head coach. Okay, you made a big mistake. You gave up a touchdown. Laying the ball up like that, but get back in there and do the best job that you can for us from this point on. It's a nice move on the part of the coach.
Pitch to Abrams. He turns it up at the 40-yard line. He'll have about 6 on the play. 2nd down and 4. Chuck Johnson, number 41, in on the tackle. Chris Van Dyne also getting a piece of the action, number 22.
Sprint draw again. You can just see the quarterback sprints right back to the tailback. He hands him the ball deep into the backfield, and then lets him look for a seam in which to run. And right there you can see that he does a nice job after he gets the football. He has good speed. He has good vision. And that was done primarily, on his own right there, because he had no blocking at all on the perimeter, was able to make a nice cut inside for a gain of about 6, 2nd and 4.
Option down the line from Rayen. Kowalczyk is going to keep and turn it up for a couple of yards. 3rd and 2.
I tell you, good job of defending the perimeter again. They had all of the options covered. Sometimes when you play the option, Bill, as a defensive coach, you have to make a decision. Who are we going to let run the football when they do this? We're going to try to cover all aspects of the option, but if we can't, who do we want to run the football? In this case, Steubenville wants Rayen's quarterback to keep the ball. They don't want him to pitch it to one of their more seasoned backs, especially number 7, Matt Abrams, who has great speed out there. So that was a gain of about 2, so it's going to bring up 3rd and 2 and see if Rayen can convert.
Matt Ellis on the last tackle, a sophomore for Big Red. Handoff down the line, Abrams, and he's taken down. Flag on the play.
See what the call is going to be right here, and if it goes against Rayen, it's going to be really disastrous for them, because they did have the 1st down, and it is going to go against them. It's a procedure call against Rayen. So instead of being 1st down and 10 on about the 46-yard line, it's going to be 3rd and 7 from about the 42. Or I'm sorry, the 38. Really a big mistake right there by the Rayen offensive team. Number 11, Deshaun Johnson, coming back into the ball game.
Check that, Deshaun Vaughn.
Or I'm sorry, Deshaun Vaughn. I'm sorry, yes. Should remember that name because he's done so much for this Rayen team tonight.
6:14 to go, 3rd and 8 from the 37 for Rayen. 6:10 now showing on the clock. Vaughn looking to pass, getting pressure, and he is going to be taken down. A sack for Big Red.
I tell you, we weren't sure there because he kept on wiggling around back there and almost got away. Jamie Komenich finally was able to drag him down, but he was making a valiant effort to escape there. Here's a replay, and not bad blocking by that front 5, but then Komenich is able to come off the block, and he's holding on right here. He's down, and he gets back up. Now he's down again, and he still keeps on fighting, and finally he was able to bring Deshaun Vaughn down for a big loss. Going to bring up 4th and 21.
I think Vaughn is going to trim that T-shirt. High
Whoa.
snap. Nice jump by Vaughn to bring it down, and it gets
Nice
the
kick
kick away across the 50-yard line, and it'll stop dead at the 46 of Big Red, and that's where Big Red will take over. 1st and 10 with 5:10 to go in the ball game. Want to remind everybody coming up, WTOV9 Red Donnelly Players of the Game, $200 scholarship. And another reminder that Sports Friday is tomorrow night, 11:10. Sports Friday begins as the high school football season gets into full swing this Thursday night. We're in Oak Glen. That's a Friday night game at 11:45 following Sports Friday. Of course, we have Toronto-Wellsville opening up on Thursday, and we will have their game Saturday evening at 11:30. Wellsville and Toronto Saturday night at 11:30. We're Oak Glen Friday night after Sports Friday, and also played on Thursday night. Bishop Donahue took on Clarksburg Notre Dame down at Bishop Donahue. So a number of games on Thursday night, but the full slate of action coming up Friday night. And of course, we'll have all the coverage for you on Sports Friday.
I remember the first Thursday night game we did, Bill. As a matter of fact, the first Thursday night game played in the state of Ohio 2 years ago, Toronto and Wellsville up at Wellsville. And that was a big opening game for Wellsville because they were coming off of the championship year they had before, when they lost in the state finals and were runner-up in the state in their division. So, it certainly has changed. More games being played on Thursday night than ever before.
Vane still in at quarterback. He hands on first down to number 32, Charles Seals, 5'8", 160-pound sophomore. And all of a sudden, a lot of sophomores that are going to be the up-and-comers for this Big Red program, starting to get a taste of action.
A lot of clean shirts in there now for Steubenville Big Red. I noticed number 74 in there is Dan Marinoff, 11th grader, 210-pound tackle. There's a replay. Nice job again by that defensive end for Ray and Joe Love in there.
Handoff goes to Seals again, trying to get to the corner. Won't get there this time. On the stop, number 3, Dewan Dukes, who crashed into the stands earlier in the game, so he apparently okay and well enough to get back into the ball game.
Yep, number 68 also in there, Brian Liggett. Number 62, Ryan Doran, also in that offensive line. Again, number 14, Matt Vane in there at quarterback, a sophomore. 24 coming into the game is Andre Crossland. Number 23 coming out of the game, and that's Greg Bezzosi. I remember when he was just a little kid. He used to go to the same church that in front of us with his mom and dad. Boy, he's really grown up.
Matt Vane on the roll. Looks to the outside. Hit as he delivers it. Joe Young, the intended receiver, number 28, but it is incomplete. Fourth down and 8.
Number 24, Andre Crossland, running a deep pattern. It's going to bring up fourth down. So the punting team coming in for Steubenville Big Red at this point. 3:51 left to go in the game. And also on the Rayen side of the football, a lot of clean shirts in there for Rayen as well. So they're starting to get some of their backup people in too.
Good snap. Low line drive kick will come down at the 25-yard line, roll back to about the 27. That's where Youngstown Rayen will take over. 1st and 10 with 3:43 to go in the ball game. And they trail it by a score of 20-3. So Big Red right now comfortably in command of this game. It looks like they will tuck the first win of the '97 season under their belt this evening.
And a lot of young players in there now for Big Red on the defensive side of the football as well. And we'll try to pick up their numbers as we go along. I'll tell you, Youngstown Rayen is going to be a good football team, I think, in that Youngstown City League. Bill, they show some real promise. They have some real fine athletes, great speed, and it'll be interesting to see how they do down the road. And they should get some points for Big Red.
Well, last 2 years, the Youngstown Rayen Ball Club has gone 6-4, so a team that figured to be a tough team. And coming into this season, head coach Reno Suckosh said, one of the toughest schedules that he's had to face as a head coach here at Big Red, as he takes a look at Zanesville, Akron, Hoban, Youngstown, Boardman, Dover, Rayen, City Championship game. So a number of tough teams on the schedule. Rayen, not an easy opener.
Nice job here by Kowalczyk running the option. The only problem is that Big Red had really defended well. Number 28, that's Joe Young, coming off his defensive corner post, was able to make a real nice play and make the tackle right there. You see he's lining up as an outside linebacker. 2nd and 9 for Youngstown Rayen, and a little movement on the defensive side of the ball. Dead ball offside against Big Red, so they'll get 5 yards. It'll bring up 2nd and about 3.
You know how the stat guys work, Coach. They always have a stat for you. It applies to everything. Well, I'll tell you what, Paul Perm, the official stat man for Steubenville Big Red, very worried all week long, maybe a couple weeks, but worrying about this game for Big Red, and everyone's worried about their opener, make sure everyone's ready to go as it's Rayen to the run on 2nd down and short. He's short of a 1st down by about a yard. but he was worried because of something that happened about 12 years ago. The horse that is currently on top of the Big Red scoreboard, brand new scoreboard, was brand new 12 years ago. And it was right after Big Red had won the state championship in '84. So they were opening the season, had a parachute guy come in. They were telling me they had the horse up on top of the scoreboard. Everybody was pumped up. Youngstown Rayen was the opponent. Youngstown Rayen spoiled the new scoreboard horse.
Right.
So he was worried that history would repeat itself, but apparently Paul will be able to sleep easy tonight because Big Red right now in command of this one at 20-3 with 2 minutes to go in the ballgame. And I figured I wouldn't bring that up unless it was comfortable. Oh, we've got our players of the game to pick, Coach, and I'm going to defer to you on week number 1.
Okay, I'll tell you, for Steubenville, I'm going to pick. I'm going to pick Ryan Lucas because I think first ball game he had a stellar game. He had to carry this team with his arm through the first half until they got their running game going a little bit in the second half. Here we're going to see a fumble on the part of Rayen. Again, Kowalczyk at the quarterback spot. There's the handoff, and number 4, as you can see, that's Jason Hewlett drops the ball. But getting back to Ryan Lucas, I'm going to pick him as the Big Red player of the game.
Big Red player of the game, Youngstown Rayen player of the game. I'd have to go with the quarterback, who also played defense and kicked and did just put the 3 points on the board for Youngstown Rayen tonight. Deshaun Vaughn, the quarterback, number 11, played a good game. Apparently was banged up a little bit, was taken out of the ball game, but he played a good ball game. So those are the players of the game that we will select for week number 1. Ryan Lucas gets his first start tonight as a varsity quarterback for Big Red. Performs well in the first half with his passing game and leads Big Red to their first touchdown and made it 7-3 late in the first half. Nice first half. And didn't make any mistakes to beat Big Red, and that's a big thing for a young quarterback to learn, not to beat yourself and put your team in a bad situation.
There were some other good performances too. Carlton West had a great game, and number 7 Stephen Phipps had a big game. Jeter had a good game. Constantini had an excellent game. Woo! Trying to run that tailback counter, and number 7 for Rayen, Matt Abrams was there to make the tackle. It's a loss of about 4, so it's going to bring up 2nd and 14. But again, a lot of young players in there for Steubenville High School at this point. Matt Vane still at the quarterback position. Number 74 is in there. Dan Marinoff at a tackle. Looking at number 86 is in there. Matt Cebulski. Number 85, Ben Fuller coming off the field. Number 89. John Pettaway is out there.
Matt Vane looking to throw it long, and it is incomplete as it goes off the hands of the defensive back. And I think he was just trying to throw that one away because no one was home. And it will bring up 3rd down and long, 3rd and 14 at the 35.
Charles Seals is in there, number 32, and trying to throw this fade pattern, but an awful lot of pressure, and somebody got a hand on his arm as he let it go and falls incomplete. Big fullback in there now. That I think that's number 40, as I can see, Leroy Hilson.
And Hilson on the carry, pickup of about 4, bring up 4th and 10.
Number 67 also in there. That's Derek Seebeck. Offensive lineman. Number 24 coming in, that's Andre Crossland. Number 72, Pat Cunningham in there also.
Vane to throw again. Quick look to the outside. Has his receiver, Crossland, number 24. So Matt Vane picking up his first varsity completion in the first game.
Don't make the first down, however, although he did complete the pass. And with 18 seconds left, we'll see if Youngstown Rayen just decides to run out the clock or tries to go deep with a long fade pattern.
Well, Coach, some thoughts on Big Red and their opening night performance here on a Thursday night?
Well, I'll tell you, something that you don't normally see out of a Steubenville Big Red football team, and that is a team that throws the ball as much as they have. They've got some fine receivers. They have an excellent quarterback. Ryan Lucas, I think, is going to be very, very good. He's a good ball handler. Looks very comfortable out on the field. Rayen put no pressure on him at all. So, you know, I think Coach Suckotch has to be happy with the performance of his offensive line. I think he has to be a little concerned about his running game, especially his inside running game. They were able to attack the corners a little bit, but all in all, they certainly have to run the ball much better with some of the opponents that they have on their schedule, you know, down the road.
Vaughn incomplete on first down. Will bring up second down and 10 from the 25. Big Red on top. 9 seconds to go. 20-3 for Big Red on top and in control. And they will wrap this one up in just 9 seconds.
And defensively, I think he's got to be happy. I think his defensive unit played a pretty good game. There's a lot of talented kids on this Rayen team, a lot of speed, and they were able to contain that speed.
Vaughn airs one out, has a man, but it'll be picked off. Interception for Big Red with 4 seconds to go on the interception. Number 15, Matt Ellis. As he went up, Coach, and you're taught, get it at its highest point.
That's
right. Climb the ladder.
The free safety, you know, just playing center field and, you know, reacted to the football once it was in the air and was in a perfect position to make the interception. He did a good job. All right, way to go, Matt Ellis.
Easiest call of the night for any coach. Take a knee.
Yep, take a knee. Run that clock out.
Well, Big Red will open the 1997 season with a win as they run the clock out on 1st and 10. That is it. Triple zeros on the board. Big Red has a win under their belt. They win it by a score of 20-3. The backbreaker for Youngstown Rayen, really the second touchdown for Carlton West, the 95-yard touchdown return of the interception. He also had a touchdown rushing on the option, and Stephen Phipps had a touchdown reception from Ryan Lucas to account for the 20 points that Big Red put up as Big Red comes up winner in game number 1 of the 97 season, 20-3 over Youngstown Rayen. Recap of our players of the game. For Steubenville Big Red, quarterback Ryan Lucas, first varsity start. Carlton West could have been the selection as well. A number of players could have been picked, but for Ryan to go out there, perform as well as he did in the first half, and keep that offense moving with the passing game, great job. He's the player of the game, along with Deshaun Vaughn, and checks for a sack. I believe we had 2 sacks tonight, so that's $100. That will be donated to the OVAC from Kroger Food and Drug and WTOV9. And we are going to take a look at next Friday night's game of the week. Next Friday, Buckeye Local and Indian Creek. And we also have John Marshall and Brooke, Caddis and Steubenville Catholic Central. So a number of games coming up. Now the way they air in terms of order, Friday night at 11:45 after Sports Friday, it's Brooke at John Marshall. Saturday, it's Buckeye Local at Indian Creek. That game's scheduled for noon on Saturday. And then Saturday evening at 11:30, Caddis and Steubenville Catholic Central here at Harding Stadium. So 3 more games next week, Coach. You know, we jump right into it on WTOV9. 3 games the first one, 3 games the second week. And, Coach, we are done for the evening. Big Red wins it 20-3. Good night, everybody.
Ready, break!